Hey friends, welcome to another video. Here. In today's video, we'll be talking about entitlement and the reasons why it's not really a good thing when we feel entitled by someone or people. Entitlement in the simplest form is defined as your right to something, but if you search the word on Google defines entitlement as the belief that someone is inherently deserving a privilege or a special treatment. There are several ways in which we feel entitled. For some of us, we feel entitled by the government, or some people feel entitled by their country, some people feel entitled by their parents, some their family members, some feel entitled by their partner. Also, there are several things in which people feel entitled to. Some people feel entitled to like financial support from their parents. Some people feel entitled by the government to provide them with jobs. Other people, like the artists, some of them feel entitled to like support, like the cloud support, social media followers from the people in their community or their country, which is absolutely not a bad thing to do. There is nothing wrong about it. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, I feel entitled by you because I'm expecting you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video to help someone learn something new today. But when we begin to see entitlement as a right and not a choice, that's where we start having problem, because it will weaken our ability to start fighting for ourselves. Instead, we start depending on people to give us the support we need, just because we feel like these people are entitled to help us. The question now is, what will happen if these people don't give you that support? What will you do? A lot of people have given up on their dream just because they felt entitled by some kind of a support. And unfortunately, things never really went the way they were expecting. And instead of them taking a pause and doing a rethink and start doing what needs to be done to achieve the goal they were pursuing, instead, they spend a lot of time complaining and laying blames on other people for being the cause of their failure. We need to understand that just because someone is succeeding, someone close to us is really succeeding in life, does not give us the right to think these people are entitled to help us, to support us. I know some of us have this feeling because maybe we played a major role for them to be where they are today. We give them everything, every support they needed when they had nothing. But I also want you to understand this. The fact that you give someone everything, the fact that you help people with everything you ever had to make them succeed is never an assurance that these people are going to help you back someday. So before you support someone and start having a feeling of entitlement from them later, always have this in your mind. This is common in a relationship today, where you see in a relationship you have two people and one of them loves the other party so much that he or she is willing to put their lives on the line just for these people to live. And at the end of the day, the other party, the loving party, is entitled that just because I love my partner, they should love me back the way I love them. But I'm telling you this, I know it's difficult to grasp this fact, but it's the reality. The fact that you love someone with everything you have, the fact that you could put everything on the line to sacrifice for another person, is zero assurance that these people actually love you back the way you love them. So now, what do we do if the people that would think they were entitled to help us never show up, they never give us the support we need? Okay, what I'll tell you is, you could weep, you could cry, you could mourn, you could do whatever, but one thing you should not do is don't give up on yourself. Keep giving yourself the support you need. Keep believing in yourself. I know sometimes this might mean you have to go back and start everything from square one, but I want you to always remember this. If you have what it takes to push someone to the top and they never pay you back in return for the help you give them, then you need to know that you also have what it takes to push yourself again to the top. You just have to keep supporting yourself this time around. Keep believing in yourself and never you give up. Because if we keep having this thought in our mind that these people were supposed to help us and they were not, because if we keep playing this thought in our mind that these people were supposed to help us but they never did, we start to minimize ourselves and what we could actually do to get ourselves out of that situation. Instead, we'll end up complaining and giving excuses and blaming people for being the reasons why some things are not moving right in our life. Let me explain a scenario in which entitlement weakened my ability to learn a lot of things in life. The most common complaint you will get in every country you travel to in the world today is that the government is not providing enough jobs for her citizens. And I'm a very big fan of this complaint because the country where I came from, there is a lot of unemployment. There are not really, we don't really have jobs there. And sometimes I often blame God for not creating me in a different country, but in the country where I was born. But now I realize it doesn't really matter, because at one point I moved to Dubai and later on I moved to the United States. And in both countries I realized there were a lot of good jobs, high paying jobs, but I was not able to get this job. For the jobs I had, they were like jobs where you have to do a lot of work and for a little sum of money as your salary. This was when I noticed that we often spend a lot of time blaming the government that they are not providing with a lot of jobs, so much that we fail to realize that we are not even getting ourselves ready for this job. I want you to ask yourself this question. What if the government of your country suddenly changed? Or what if you move to a new country with a good government and a lot of good jobs, and the new government in your country decide to provide a lot of job opportunities? What skill do you have that will land you a good job with a high paying salary? Or what business can you boast that you've studied so well that you can go to the bank, take a loan from the bank, invest in the business, and start making profit? If you cannot answer yourself this question before you feel entitled that the government is supposed to provide you with job, know that you still owe yourself. So please, I need you to really fortify your mind. Live your life like an orphan, and as you go through your journey in life, don't expect any help from anyone because people will fail you. But in the course of your journey, if someone shows up and decides to help you, appreciate that person, thank the person, because that's only going to be like a bonus to you. And it's going to help you move a little bit faster. But at the end of the day, if nobody shows up, you still have nothing to worry about because you were not even expecting anybody to show up. Always do what you need to do first before expecting anything from others. You need to focus on the things you can control, and for those things you cannot control, leave it on to God. You can control how much you could help someone, but you will never be able to control how much someone is going to help you back. Always stay prepared. Make yourself ready and you wait for opportunities. Once you see an opportunity, grab that opportunity and take full advantage of that opportunity rather than waiting and wanting to prepare when you see an opportunity, because you will lose it. Just because of the fact that you come from a rich family does not give you any right to be lazy because you have an inheritance to take. You don't know what will happen in your family 5 years from now. This has really frustrated a lot of people because they were living their life expecting an entitlement from someone or from their family. But before they could get to the time where they could inherit these things has gotten bad. And this was their only option to succeed in life. Please, we don't want to be like these people. If you're watching this and you're coming from a rich family, I don't want you to feel that just because your family is rich, they're entitled to help you. Still do your work like a hungry lion. Tell yourself, with or without your family support, or without the government support, without your partner support, you are still going to succeed because in life you have just one option. It's either you succeed or you keep trying until you succeed. If your family decide to help, that's cool. If the government decide to help you at some point, that's cool. But with or without their help, you still need to have this confidence in yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video right up to this point. Please like, comment, and share the video. If you like the video, then you want to consider watching the video up here where I talked about some of the mistakes I made in my early 20s, which are the reason why I'm still broke in my late 20s. God bless you.